And so talk to our audience about what you mean when you talk about information processing, because we actually touched on this a little bit about your 8-second rule.
Autism is so complicated, and a lot of people tend to look at autism and think behavior, how are we going to manage the behavior? But actually, all the behavior of an autistic person is a reaction to how information is being processed. For example, how a sensory meltdown or overload is a reaction to how they process the sensory information. So it's all about a reaction to information, and I believe that you need to look at autism and information processing. Like, autistic people will take things in one at a time, and when I say one at a time, I'm talking literally break the most simplest of things into many more things. So like having a chat with someone is like they may take in the words, the meaning of the words, the facial expression, the body language, the tone of the voice, and that is excessive. That is a lot of information to take in at once, really. And that's why it can be so difficult, because we have to do one at a time. And as again, it reflects the 8-second rule. That's why we need those 8 seconds to answer questions, because in those 8 seconds we can get the question, the meaning of it, the tone of the voice, and all these other things that create a whole message. That's what information processing is, and I kind of explain in a way. I can't remember how I explained it, because
they have to read the blog. They have to go read the blog so that they can see.
They have to go read the blog.
That's exactly it. So here's my question for you, Tom. You are somebody who I look at and I go, you got it all going on. You know, you're living in your own place, you're working a job, you are somebody who is passionate about the things you're passionate about, and you're able to pursue those passions, and it's all happening for you. Are there times when that being able to process things for you personally, we know it's different for everybody, is there a time when the way you process things ever gets in your way?
Yeah.
Can you give us an example?
When I'm tired, some things become bigger pieces of information and become worse. And earlier on, actually, I came in from work and I was exhausted. I mean, probably the tiredest I've been in ages. And I almost screamed and probably maybe knocked a chair over or something in anger because the phone rang. I just couldn't cope with the phone ringing.
And yet you have a sense of humor about it. You recognize that and have a sense of humor about it. Did you always? Was there a time when you just would have knocked the chair over and then people would have looked at you like, why are you getting so upset about the phone ring?
Yeah. When I was a kid. When I got older, it calmed down a bit, but...
And do you think it calmed down just because you got older, or do you think something changed for you? What do you attribute that to?
I believe stress management gets easier as you get older. So I think what used to make you stressed at 14 years old is not going to wind you up when you're 26.
Hopefully.
Because what I get stressed about now is not being able to pay my landlord, or a electricity bill not going out, or having not enough money for food. Whereas what stressed me out at 14, which was, oh my God, he said that about me. How annoying. I mean, that to me now is pointless. But when I'm 14, that's huge. So I think it's about what stresses you out as you get older, and it does get easier that way, because I think if bigger things stress you out as you get older, bigger things tend to happen less. So
when you think about the things, like if something is harder for you, how do you like tear it apart and think about how can I make this easier? Do you ever find yourself getting angry and thinking, why doesn't everybody else just slow down? If it takes me
that. I just think when it's too much, I just go no.
And you shut down.
Gone, and I literally don't know. Bye.
Okay.
People come at me and they talk at me and they're really intense, and I'm trying to take in everything, or there's a lot going on, and I just say no. I'm done. Bye. And they go, well, what are you doing? So I can't do it. No.
And does that ever, I'm just wondering, does that ever present a problem for you in terms of working? Because all of us want our kids to be happy. You know, I look at you and I think, man, I will be so thrilled if someday my son is as, excited about the things that you're doing and living his life the way you are. I will be just thrilled. But I worry sometimes that some of the stuff that he does is going to get in the way of him being able to work a job. Has that happened for you?
It'll only get in the way if he lets it.
Okay.
And I think it's important that if he has the right support, that it's recognising you, it's explained to him what you can and can't do.